One on mute.
Yes. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Wellness Zoom. We're so excited that you are here, and those that are tuning in later watching this, thank you so much for jumping on. Our intention is just to provide you guys with some useful tips on gut health, why it's important, and we hope that you feel leaving inspired to take care of it, even if it's just small improvements over time that can hopefully and will have long impacts on your life. When I first started my wellness journey, my name's Allison, by the way, for those that don't know me. When I first started my wellness journey, I started just by reading labels. Like I was an avid label reader. And then I also listening to experts in holistic health and a lot of different people that are in that field. Like I was able to learn more about gut health, ingredients, what to look for, what to not. So we're going to share a little bit more about that tonight with you guys. I also found that many things that I thought were healthy weren't healthy. I was pretty healthy, but when I was learning all these little things in packaged foods and gluten and all the things, I just realized that I wasn't eating as healthy as I should have been. I was a couple years ago, before I started this journey, I was a mom, but I was also working part-time, and I suffered from major anxiety. I just thought it was how it was supposed to feel. I had issues with sleep. I had a condition called keratosis pilaris. This is basically like little bumps on my arms that I thought was just normal. Even my dermatologist told me like, oh, that's just like, it's hereditary. Here's some like salicylic acid treatments you can put on your arms. It never went away. I suffered from melasma, from hormones with kids, and again, went to the dermatologist. They wanted to just put on hydrocodone bleach cream on my face. And that was something that I'd have to do for the rest of my life to get that minimized. And I just thought that that was just the way it was supposed to be. So I thought it was normal. I thought that all moms felt that way. And I realized that if there's just little things that contribute to that, it was mostly gut health. Like from the outside, I appeared super healthy, but in the inside, I wasn't. Like I was not healthy. I was not eating what I was supposed to be eating. And I learned more about how gut health impacted me when I went on this, like basically all the foods that cause inflammation and allergies. I cut them out for 30 days, felt incredible. My arms, I no longer have to cover up, and I'm like, my KP is completely gone. KP is the shorter version of it. My melasma is improved. It's not completely gone because I use all natural products. But it's definitely significantly improved where I don't feel like I have to cake makeup on. My anxiety, I still have it. I mean, I'm a mom, I'm busy. I think we all do, right? But it's been minimized drastically just by taking care of my gut, because it's all inside and out approach. It all has so much to do with it. I also feel a lot less stressed. I've learned how to manage stress. And so that's kind of like my personal journey with learning and what it's done for me. And our hopes, Michelle and I, is just to share this with you guys because it's transformed our health so much. It's these little like tweaks that we can do. And it's over time, it's just going to have a huge impact. So I'm going to have Michelle now take over, and she's going to share a little bit about her testimony.
Okay. Hi. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Michelle Hanna. I moved from California to Missouri about 3 years ago. I am a stay-at-home mom of my two littles, Grayson and Ethan. They're 4 and 21-month old. And I run 2 mommy groups here, stay-at-home mom, and I also am a proud independent consultant for Arbonne. Just my journey and how everything started was in November. I was very burnt out being a mom. Of 2 little boys, and I had really bad cystic acne and eczema at the time. A similar story as Allison, where I went to the dermatologist and saw so many different people, and they told me, here's some steroids, here's some pills, here's some lotions, and just put it on to minimize the pain. So I just thought, okay, sure, and I'll do that because I didn't really know anything better. But around November, I decided like, I think I need to heal my body from the inside out because this is not working. I'm staying up late and throughout the whole night just itching my skin raw and red, and it was not pleasant. And so I was like, I need to do something about this. On top of that, because I wasn't sleeping, I was gaining weight because I wasn't eating the way I should be. I wasn't feeling great. I wasn't exercising the way I should be. And so I just felt really purposeless. I felt like a hamster, like on a spinning wheel, just going and going, moving through life as a zombie. and I just didn't really have passion or that creativity outlet. So November came around, I was like, I'm going to do something. I need to change. I'm going to first eat my way through Spain first and drink my way through Spain first. And then I'm going to do this. So I did. I kept my word. And when I started this journey, I started looking into inflammatory foods first and my gut first. I had no idea what gut health was, to be honest with you. I knew it was all over Instagram, but I didn't really know what it meant to me. And so I started deep diving into that because I like to geek out on scientific stuff and how it works in our body. And it is super important for digestion, for immunity, and for overall well-being. The majority of your immune system is actually like located in the gut lining, and mine was like totally off. And so when I started this, I just started discovering about whole foods, eating more whole foods, not processed foods, reading ingredients, which I wasn't doing that at all when I was shopping at the grocery store, buying more organic foods, high quality meats and fishes and eggs, and eliminating things like refined carbs, excess sugar, gluten, and dairy. And so that's kind of where my journey started. And once my health kind of started to get in line, then that's when everything else started to follow through. Like I got more energy, I got more clarity. I was able to do things with my boys. I wanted to be outside, not lay on the couch. I wanted to do these play dates and things like that. I was more motivated to help myself to grow and develop, making goals, workout challenges, reading, journaling. So it all like intertwined together. So that's kind of my journey, and I've been on it. I'm still learning, I'm still new, and it's fascinating to me.
I love that. And I think it's like we don't have to know everything. Like when I
No.
started with Arbonne, I didn't know. I still have so many questions. But we're always great at finding the answers. So and also learning things along the way. So I'm going to share some fun facts with you guys just about nutrition gaps. It's important for us to fill the gaps in our nutrition. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's such a big delay between the vegetable harvesting and consumption, and that really affects the nutrients in what we eat. So in order for us to, and we've all learned these facts from naturopathics, from medical doctors, and this is us just kind of spitting out what we've learned from them that I felt like I took a lot away from, because it kind of gave me the reason. I'm like, okay, this is why this works. And this is why our lives have been changed by just having some supplementation in place. So in order to absorb the full nutrients of a vegetable or a fruit, they say that you need to consume it within 24 to 48 hours from harvesting. Typically, unless you're growing your own stuff in the backyard, which is a big dream of mine, I wish I could do that. We are not doing that. We are going to Trader Joe's or going to the grocery store, or I mean, we always say go to, local farmers markets, which are great. That's a good option. Even farmers markets though can be 5 days old. So you just don't really know, and you don't know, and you don't, there's no way of really knowing, right? So typically average is anywhere between 5 to 6 days later that you're eating that vegetable. So it's good to have something to fill in the gaps. I always recommend cold pressed fruits and veggies. We have actually a dried cold fruit veggie mix, which is great. I'm sure you guys know about it already. But also like 10%, like I think the CDC said 10% of us Americans actually eat the amount of vegetables and fruit that we're supposed to have on the daily. So this is an absolute need for most of us. And some of you that are on this call maybe are like, I eat so many vegetables, like I'm good. But just know there's 90% of the population that aren't doing that and that are just too busy to eat the rainbow, spirulina, alfalfa, all the antioxidants and phytonutrients that are really helping us, not just with our gut health, but with our skin. So also, if you guys don't have like the accessibility to get fresh fruit, frozen organic fruit is always a good option, because when they pick it, it's likely going to be frozen immediately after harvesting. So I love stocking up on like organic strawberries, organic spinach, throwing it in the freezer, knowing that it's still getting, it's fresh that way, because it's being frozen right after harvest. So another thing is probiotics. So I don't know if you guys take a probiotic or a prebiotic, but in my opinion, it's a must for all overall gut health. It's basically, and again, I'm not a doctor, but this is just stuff that we know. It's healthy bacteria in your gut. So if you have bad bacteria, it's got to have a good balance. Probiotics are great, good bacteria that you're feeding into your intestines, and it's a spore probiotic. So the best part about it is if you take a spore probiotic, and if you're going back and forth between probiotics, the key thing is that it's spore, so it survives your stomach acid. And another thing is that it has various components of enzymes in it. So like I would say anything over 12, because you want to diversify your bacteria. So 14 different strains is always recommended, 12 to 14. Sometimes you'll get a probiotic over the counter and the quality is not great. It's not spore, so it will die off before it actually gets to where it needs to go, or it doesn't have variety. And we all have different microbiomes. We all have different diverse gut linings, issues, all that. So the more diversity that you guys have in that, the better. So those are just some tips when you're looking for probiotics. Also just following like nutrition plans. If you guys are interested, we have a special recipe book. You could just comment in the chat, recipe book, and we'll send it to you. Send your email in the chat and we will send you guys a full recipe book of all anti-inflammatory foods and recipes that go along with that to help you. And then also just like accountability helps too. So if you're looking for maybe going gluten-free, dairy-free, or the things that we're talking about, we can easily guide you and help you there, because even more than now, everyone's talking about than ever, like gastrointestinal health. It's such a, like everyone's gut health, but what is really gut health, right? Like there's so many different ways that you can help your gut. And it's not just what you eat, it's your stress. Stress is huge. And Michelle will go into this a little bit on cortisol levels, but huge impact on your gut. You could be the healthiest eater and have stress. And if you're not managing that properly, it will destroy you. I've had personal experience from friends and family members that have gone through it, and it's not fun. So our intention is hopefully, you know, helping you guys with that, alleviating some stress. Michelle's really great with mindfulness, fitness, mindset. Those sort of things can really help you and guide you to a less stressful and just more like, we're all going to have stress, but it's just a way of managing it, right? So Michelle, why don't you kick it off and talk a little bit more about like mindfulness and what it's helped you with stress, and how people that are maybe on this call that have issues managing it can, how you can help them.
Sure. So I'm going to go a little bit into like fitness and mindfulness tips. Self-care matters and fitness is self-care. And I think for me being a mom, I felt so guilty taking time away from my kids or my husband that I put fitness to the side. So I would skip it or find an excuse for it. But exercise does help decrease stress, which is really, really important. And it lowers cortisol levels. I know you all know that. Everyone talks about that. And it adds endorphins, which is great for mental health as well and your brain health. Not only is fitness great just for those specific reasons, but it's also helps strengthen bones and muscles. We're getting older, guys. We're not getting younger. So we need to make sure that we're getting stronger, not just with like muscle, but also with our bones. And it also decreases the risk of disease, which is huge in America. Like there's so much chronic illness and diseases going on right now. And as we get older, we're going to hear it about ourselves, our friends, and also like our older parents. And you'll just keep hearing it here and there. So some quick tips, like quick workouts are great. You can just do like sporadic 20-30 minute workouts. Strength training, I recommend 30 minutes a day, or actually 3 times to 4 times a week. 45-minute walks is fine too. Yoga's great. Jogging is awesome. And even community walks with people that you like, mommy walks, stroller walks. Just get your heart pumping. The worst thing that we can do for our gut health is stress. And I think a lot of people do the food, the exercise, all this stuff, but the stress that they don't really try to manage that. And that actually lowers the production of digestive enzymes that helps to break down your food in your stomach. Even though you're eating high quality food, it doesn't break it down. You're not getting the most nutrients. So managing stress is really, really important. I am guilty of not doing that. And you'll see it because although my eczema is it's almost diminishing, it will have its flare-ups. It's not completely gone. And that's me being honest, because I will not sleep some hours and that adds to the stress and the cortisol in my body. And so we just have to all work on doing that. What I like to do is take walks by myself. I like to wake up. I wake up really early, but you guys don't have to do that. You guys can just wake up maybe 30 minutes before everyone else in the household wakes up and have your little time to yourself. You can do walks with guided meditation. You can practice deep breathing. It's not forever. It's like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. You can journal your thoughts. You can do prayers. They also say the first thought in the morning and the last thought in the evening is very important in how you set your day for intention in the beginning and also at the end. And just carve out some time for yourself, even if it's 5-10 minutes, even in the car, if you're driving to work, or, whatever time that you have. So I just want to emphasize how important stress reduction and management is. Yeah.
All right. And so that kind of just gives you basic overview of just gut health. And there's of course a lot more that we can tell you. I think the biggest takeaway with this is if you do struggle with getting in proper nutrients, let us know. We can help you. We can guide you. I will say with going back to like the greens and us not getting enough fruit and vegetables, us not getting enough also probiotics, prebiotics. You can eat all the sauerkraut you want, but you're not going to be getting all these strains of like, good bacteria in your system without supplementation. There's a reason why it's such on the rage right now. Also collagen, right? We've been talking about that, how that's a big deal. Like there's so many collagens on the market. It's almost overwhelming. It's like picking out a yogurt at grocery store. It's like vegan collagen, animal collagen, marine collagen, like all this different collagen. I will say, according to the Vegan Institute of, I think it was 2001 study, they said that 50%, anything that's animal or marine, 50% of the chance it will work on you. So a vegan collagen is actually a better alternative because 80% of the chance it'll work on you. It's something in your body that just doesn't recognize it as it's supposed to be there, so it rejects it. So all that money that people are spending on collagen, also with supplements too, they're not all created equal, right? So you just want to make sure that whatever supplement company you use, it's reputable and that it's backed by research. There's clinicals on it. I will share one thing. I didn't want to show a product, but I can't help myself. I'm sorry. This is the thing that I think that everybody needs because it does have probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, which Michelle talked about how sometimes those diminish with stress. We need those enzymes to actually help us break down the food so our food we can actually take in the nutrients that we are getting from food. It just helps us. So it's a good, really easy morning routine. If you just are so busy, you can't even think about anything else, that is a good option. It will help you. And we just want to be able to help educate you guys. So if you have any questions, of course, we're trying to keep this short. We're already at time. Please message us individually. We will definitely get back to you. If you want a recipe book, if you want to learn more about, we can send you our notes on all this information so you can have it for yourself. But thank you all for joining, and we hope that we can help you. And I'm going to stop the recording.